Hi Pete, today's match against Hythe Town ends 2-2. What was your overall assessment of the performance?
Strange game today. I thought Hythe they've changed a lot. We played against them in the cup about 3 weeks ago, and they were total football. They tried to play out every time, and today we got the new manager bounce. I thought fair play to them. They ran their socks off today for their new manager, and I think they all had a point to prove. And I think they probably deserved the draw. I think the game could have finished 5 or 6 all rather than 2 all. I think there were chances for both sides, and I think they probably defended their box and probably were better in our box than maybe we were. Although I think on another day we could win the game. Perhaps on another day they could win the game. I thought it would have been a good game of football to watch. I think there's a lot of action, a lot that went on. Conditions played a part in that as well. So yeah, disappointing, but look, it's a point on the board.
We were behind twice quite early on in the match. How pleased are you that the lads were able to get a goal back and equalise?
Yeah, totally. Like we need to stop doing it though. It's becoming a bit of a habit. We're conceding goals after like 30 seconds in games, and we're switching off. It's like we're not starting quite right. I don't know whether it's something to do with something I'm saying before matches, or whether we're doing that a little bit too early. But we have to think about as a management team how we can stop conceding these goals straight after whistles go. We almost concede one straight away in the second half as well. They hit the bar within 30 seconds. So it's becoming a bit of a thing, and we need to take a look at it. But yeah, of course, like, shows a lot of character. There's a lot of character in the group. I was looking today, and there's 6 or 7 boys there that have played over 50 games for the club now. So there's a bit of togetherness in the group, and there's a lot of character to be able to come from behind and draw level twice. But I think we'll all leave a little bit disappointed tonight. I feel like we're probably good enough to pick up 3 points at home today.
Right. Last week's FA Vars match against Berks County ended 0-0, and we exited on penalties. What was your assessment of that game?
Yeah, real hard one to take. I mean, I don't mind saying on camera that it's probably the biggest game in the club's history last week, so I felt that pressure on my shoulders a little bit. I think it was a really winnable tie as well. We got lucky, not lucky because they were a good side by the way, but it was a winnable tie on paper. We drew a side in the league below, so I think expectation was we'd probably go through, and to be honest with you, I think during the game, during the 90 minutes, I think we probably did enough to go through. But it's one of those things, it just wasn't to be on the night. We're having to fight for everything at the moment. I felt like 6 weeks ago, chances were falling to us and we were rolling them in the back of the net. I feel like right now, when the ball's bouncing around in the box, it's falling to defenders rather than to attackers, and we're noticing that. And we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We've got to play ourselves through it. But yeah, a really disappointing night last Friday. Obviously a 2-hour journey, and to come away with a loss on penalties in the FA Vars is disappointing for sure.
Well, we've got Larkfield and New Hythe away from home next Saturday. How are you approaching this game?
I think you got that wrong, Lou. We've got we've got Kent Senior Trophy game next Saturday against Halls.
Has that been
and then we've got Larkfield the following week. So I think you've checked the website and got that one wrong. But no, that's fine. So no, we can mention both games though. So obviously Lex League game is Larkfield at their place, and that's going to be a real tough fixture. They're flying at the moment. They're demolishing sides. So yeah, that's going to be really difficult. We played them in the cup already this year, and we drew with them and went through on penalties. Next week we've got Halls. We've drawn Halls in another cup competition. We've played them already in a cup competition this season, and look, we'll try and put out as good a squad as we can. We've got a few cup tied, and there's a few knocks flying around the squad at the moment. So yeah, we'd have to come. We need to carry on this run of not losing, and we'll try and win the game.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Lou. Thank you.